Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today is got a date. In our last video, we added some sounds, fixed some UI and made a clear folder structure. In today's video, we are going to improve our snake game step by step. First, we'll move the entire game screen to the center so it looks clean and consistent on all screen sizes. Then, we'll add a proper start screen so the game does not begin immediately when it loads. After that, we'll implement a pause and resume system, allowing us to pause the game using the keyboard and continue exactly from where we left off. We'll also add sound effects and background music, making sure the music plays when the game starts and resumes, and stops when the game is paused or over. To avoid gameplay issues, we'll introduce a divider line below the score area so the snake and apple never spawn on top of the UI. And finally, we'll fix and polish a few UI details to make the game feel more complete and professional. Now, let's start with folder structure. Here, we are starting the project by understanding where everything will live. A clean folder structure helps us manage scenes, scripts, and assets easily as the project grows. So, we'll change our node type main to control. We change its type to control because control nodes are made for UI based layouts and screen size handling. This is important when we want our game or UI to adjust properly on different screen sizes. Change the type of main, change type, we'll name it control, change. Yeah, we have changed the type. You can see this is control. Now we'll go to layout. We'll choose the full rect here. Yeah, fine. This is the position of main. This makes the main node stretch to fill the entire screen. So no matter the resolution, the main node always covers the full window. And go to process, it is inherit. It will be like that only. Fine. Now we create a child control node under main and name it game root. Game root will act as the main container for our game elements. We'll do it, add child node, control, create, and we'll name it game root. Game root. Let's go to inspector layout. Layout mode will take anchors and we'll take it to center top. Center top. This places the game root neatly aligned at the top center of the screen. Let's go to transform. We'll take the size to 640, 640, 40, 640. Enter. This defines the exact playable game area. Now, we'll adjust the Z index of the game element to control layering. So, we'll go to snake first. Snake. Snake. We'll go to canvas item, ordering, and we'll give the index Z index 3. Same we'll do for apple. We'll go to ordering, give it 3. Fine. Border will have 0, 0. Background will have 1. Yeah, it's already there. Let's move them inside the game root. Now, first border, drag these to game root, then background, then we'll have snake, snake will be here. Then we'll have apple. Then, now let's go to score label. We'll select the score label. We'll manage some inspector things here. We have already created this. This label will display the score during the game. We'll go to inspector. Horizontal alignment will take center. Vertical alignment will take center. In the inspector, this keeps the score text perfectly centered horizontally. Also keeps centered vertically inside the label. Layout will change. Layout. Layout mode will be anchors. Will take top wide. This makes the score label stretch across the top area of the screen. We'll give the transform size 608 and 23. 608 and 23. Fine. Let's go to the canvas item. Ordering will give it to 4. This ensures the score label always stays on top. Now, let's create a new control node. Game UI will name it. This node will be used to manage all UI related elements. We'll create a game UI control created. We'll name it game UI. Game UI. Go to inspector, transform size layout, transform size will take 608, 608, 608 and 608. Position will be 16 and 16, 16 and 16. And the canvas item ordering Z index will be 10. This ensures the UI always stays above the game elements. Let's create a new control and name it start screen. This screen will be shown before the game starts. We'll create it, new control, add child node, control, we'll name it start screen, start screen. We'll go to layout, anchors, and it will be full red. This makes the start screen cover the entire game UI area. And we'll give give it a size 608, 608. It's already there. This ensures the start screen fits perfectly inside the game area. And the canvas item ordering will be 5. Z index 5. And the process mode will be always. This allows the start screen to remain active when the game is paused or not running. Even that time also it should be running. Let's create a panel within start screen. This panel will act as the background layer for the start screen. Create panel, panel created. Go to inspector, layout will be full red. Position, take anchors, anchor preset will be full red. This makes the panel cover the entire start screen. Transform size will take 608, 608. This ensures the panel hits perfectly inside the start screen. Mouse filter will stop. Yeah. Theme overrides. Styles will take style box flat. This allows us to control the panel's background appearance. Canvas item, visibility, will be on already. Ordering will be 0. We'll set the modulate. It would be F F F F F F double C. Enter. This gives the panel a soft transparent look. Process will be inherit. Yeah, fine. Inside the panel, we'll create a Bworks container. This will help us align elements vertically in an organized way. We'll create a VBox container here. VBox container create. We'll go to inspector. Alignment will be center. In the inspector, set alignment to center. This keeps all child's elements centered vertically. Layout. Layout mode will be anchors. Anchor presets will be center. This places the Bworks container exactly at the center of the panel. Custom minimum size will take 303 and 200. Let's take it 300 and 200. Okay, fine. This gives enough space for buttons and labels inside the container. Canvas item visibility on. Z index will be 0. Let's check. Z index is 0. Process will be inherit. Okay. Inside the VBox container, we'll create two nodes, a label and a button. Let's create it. Child node, label, label. We'll name it title label, title, title, label. This will display the game title. We'll go to inspector. Text will be snake game, snake game. This will be the text. Horizontal alignment will be center. Vertical alignment will be center. This centers the text horizontally and vertically. Container sizing, layout, container sizing. It should be fill horizontally also, vertically also. This allows the label to use the available space. Let's go to theme overrides. We'll take font size. We'll take font size 48. Fine. We'll create a button now. Add child node. Button. We'll name it start button. Start button. Start button. Let's go to inspector. The text will be start. Start. This button will start the game. Base button, mouse left. Button mask will be mouse left. Container sizing. Let's go to layout. Container sizing. It will be fill. Horizontally also, vertically also. Node process will be always. We'll connect this process. It would be pressed double tap. connect it. Yeah, you can see this is the function for the start button pressed. This is created by Godot automatically. We'll write our own code to start our functionality, to add our functionality. Process will be inherit. Now, inside game UI, we'll create another control node and we'll name it pause UI. This UI will be used when the game is paused. Let's go to game UI, add child node. We'll create another control and we'll name it pause UI. Pause UI. Let's go to inspector, layout. Layout mode will be anchor. Anchor preset will be full rect. Transform size will be 608, 608. Position will be -16 and -16. 16 and -16. Under transform, set this position and size. Canvas item visibility will be off. We won't show this page all the time. Ordering Z index will be 5. 5. This ensures the pause UI appears above the game when enabled. Process mode will be always. Always. Inside the pause UI, let's create a panel node. This panel will act as the background for the pause screen. Panel, add child node, panel created. Let's go to the inspector. It will be layout mode, will be anchor, and it will be full rect. Transform size will be 608, 608. This ensures the panel fits perfectly inside the pause UI. Theme overrides. Let's check it. Styles. Style box flat. It's fine. Modulate. Visibility. Modulate. Will F. It will be F F F F F F double C. Enter. This gives the paused panel a soft transparent overlay. Z index will be 0. This keeps the panel behind pause menu elements. Process will be inherit. Inside the panel, we'll create a Vworks container. This will help us align pause menu items vertically. We'll create Vworks container here. Create. We'll go to inspector. Alignment will be center. Layout will be layout mode will be anchor and presets will be center. This places the Vworks container at the center of the panel. Inside the Vworks container, we'll create a label and we'll name it pause label. This label will show the pause state of the game. We'll create a pause label, add child node, label, name it pause label, pause label. The text will be paused. In the inspector, set the text to paused. Horizontal alignment will be left. This aligns the next to the left side. Vertical alignment will be top. This aligns the text to the top. Container sizing will be fill both horizontal and vertical. Container sizing fill. Yeah, fine. Theme overrides, font, font size will take 42. 42. This makes the pause text clear and readable. Process will be always. Always. This ensures the pause label remains active all the time. Inside the VWorks container, create a button and we'll name it resume button. This button will be used to resume the game. Let's create it. Add child node, button, create. We'll rename it resume button, resume button. Text will be resume. Base button mask will be mouse left. Container sizing will be fill horizontally and vertically. Fill. Node process. This will be connected. Double tap on the process function and connected. You can see Godot has created the resume button press function. It is connected. Let's take the score label within game UI. Score label. Yeah, it is here. Now we'll quickly verify all important values to make sure nothing is missing. Let's go to border, layout, transform. It is 640, 640. Position will be 0 and 0. 0, 0, 0. Background, layout, transform, position. Background position would be 16 and 16. 16 and 16. Apple position, it would be layout, transform. It would be 128 and 128. 1, 128. Start screen position, it would be layout, position 608, 608. Size and panel 608, 608. VBox container 303, 200, 152.5204. Title label, fill. Pause label, container sizing. Pause label, container sizing, fill. Score label position would be 0, 0. It would be 0, 0, 0. Inside game root, let's create a colorect node and we'll name it divider line. Game root, let's create a colorect, create, and we'll name it divider line. Divider line. This will act as a visual divider in the game. Inspector color will take A for AC for 7. Enter. alpha 255. Yeah, it's already there. This gives the divider a solid visible color. Layout will take layout, top wide, anchor will be top wide. This stretches the divider across the top. Transform size will be 640 and 0. This keeps the divider is a thin horizontal line. Canvas item ordering, this will be Z index will be 2. Let us go to the project settings and add something there. Now project settings, in input map we'll add something. UI cancel. Yeah, we'll add this. You don't need to choose anything, just simply OK. Close, recheck, project settings, input. It is added. This will be used for pause or back actions in the game. Let's create an audio stream player node and name it game music. This will be used to play background music in the game. Let's create add child node audio stream player. Audio stream player. We'll name it game music. Game music. Now we'll go to inspector. We'll assign this web file. Go to load sounds. We don't have this right now here. Let's keep it in the sound folder. Go to your downloads and keep that downloaded file in this sound folder. You can keep it in this. Yeah, fine. Let's assign that load sounds. Yeah, I have assigned. To check that, play this. Okay. Take this to game root also. Now the UI setup is complete. We'll move to the game logic. Earlier, we changed the main node type to control. So, our script must also reflect that. That's why we'll change this node 2D to control. As you people know, we have pulled everything to our game root folder. All our game elements are now inside game root. So, we cannot directly access nodes anymore. We must reference everything through game root. We need to define everything rather than direct using components. To do that, we use onReady variables. This ensures the nodes are available when the scene is ready. Let's define them. At the rate onReady var start screen equals to dollar game root game UI then start screen, because this is the path. This is game root. This is the game UI. Game UI is inside game root. That's why slash game UI. Inside game UI, we have start screen. That's why slash start screen. onReady var pause UI equals to game root game UI then pause UI. On ready where score label equals to dollar game root game UI, then score label, then on ready where on ready where snake it is inside game root snake on ready where snake where snake head equals to game root snake snake head snake head on ready where apple equals to dollar game root apple on ready where it sound equals to dollar game root it sound on ready where game over game over sound equals to dollar game root game over sound on ready where game music equals to dollar game root game music on ready where divider divider equals to dollar game root divider line. Let's change the components which are used directly. Snake snake head, snake head, apple, control D, apple, then we have snake, control D, snake, then we have it it sound, sound, done. Then score label, then game over game sound. I think we are done with this. We don't have any direct defined component. As you people can see, when we move the score panel to game UI, The size, transform size has been changed. We'll keep it to 608 and 23. Enter. As you people know, apple and snake able to spawning on score. We don't want to happen that. To prevent that, we'll take some offset tiles. So we introduce a UI offset. This offset will push the playable area downward. First, we define how many tiles we want to reserve for the UI. Const UI offset tiles equals to 2. Now we convert tiles into pixels using tile size. Const const UI offset equals to UI offset tiles into tile size. UI offset tiles into tile size. This gives us the exact pixel offset needed. As per that, we'll change our play area start code. Now go to play area start size. Play area start. We have border size and border size. In the y-axis, we'll add plus border size plus UI offset because score is in y-axis. Let's move to our ready function. Now, this function runs once when the scene is loaded. First, we make sure UI works even when the game is paused. So, start screen, start screen dot process mode will be always node dot process mode always process mode always pause UI dot process mode pause UI dot process mode equals to same. Process mode will be always. This allows both start screen and pause UI to respond to input anytime. Now we control which UI is visible at the start. Start screen dot dot visible equals to true. In the start screen should be shown there. That's why pause UI should be false. Pause UI dot visible would be false. Now start screen is visible, pause UI is hidden. Next, we pause the game by default. Get tree dot paused dot paused equals to true. Get tree is a function equals to true. This ensures nothing moves until the player presses start. Now we configure the divider line. Now you can see here we can't see the divider line. For that we'll configure some logic. Divider dot size dot y equals to 2. Divider dot position dot y equals to play area start dot y, play area start dot y minus 2. We keep the divider a visible height. We position it just above the play area. This clearly separates UI and gameplay. Now you can see the divider line. Now we place the snake head inside the playable area. This is the snake head position. In this y axis, this is the x and this is the y. In this y axis, we'll add UI offset, UI offset plus 5 into tile size. Just added the UI offset to here so that the snake head would not be outside the border. Before we moving ahead, let's define a variable to track the game state where game started game started equals to false. False. This variable tells us whether the game has started or not. Let's move to the process function. Now this function runs every time. At the top of process function, we'll add this condition that if not game started, not game started, then return. We simply return and do nothing if the game is not started yet. Now we'll add separate scripts to both start screen and pause UI. This helps us control their behavior independently. Let's add scripts. Attach script start screen.gd, create, remove everything here and attach a script to pause UI also. Pause UI.gd, created, remove everything. Now move to the start screen. Inside this start screen, we'll add a ready function. Func ready visible will be true. Visible will be true and get tree paused will be true. Dot paused equals to true. For this touch, start screen is shown when the game loads. For that, we are using visible equals to true. Get tree dot paused equals to true. Game stays paused until the player presses start. So the game never starts automatically. Let's move to pause UI. Take a ready function. Func ready tab visible will be false. Pause UI is hidden by default. It will only appear when we explicitly enable it during a gameplay. Start screen visible at launch, pause UI hidden at launch, game paused at launch. This gives full control over when the game starts and pauses. Now we come back to the main script where we control the overall game flow. Here we create a function to start the game. Let's create it. Here we'll create func start game game started will be true equals to true. It tells the game that gameplay can begin now. Get tree dot paused will be false. Be false. Unpauses the game so movement and logic start running. Start screen dot visible will be false. Its game has been started, so the start screen should not be shown there. Let's move to unhandled input function. Now we handle global inputs like pause. Function func unhandled input we don't need this. If event dot is action pressed, the it would be UI cancel as we added in the input map in project setting and started and game started. Then we'll call toggle pause function. We'll make it toggle pause function. We'll make it ignore this error. This is coming because this function is not available. Unhandled input captures inputs that are not consumed by UI. Event dot is action pressed. UI cancel detects the key we added in input map. And game started. Pause works only after the game starts. Toggle pause switches between pause and resume state. This prevents pausing the game before it even starts. Now let's move to move snake function. Earlier, our play area logic didn't consider the UI offset properly, so we update it. We'll update it. Move function, move snake. If next position dot y is less than play area start dot y, play play area start dot y. Play area start.y already includes border size, EY offset, score plus divider area. So now snake cannot move into the score area, snake cannot cross the divider line, gameplay stays inside the correct area. Now let's write the toggle pause function. Now we define the function that will handle pause and resume. Func toggle pause, copy, paste it here, tab. If get tree dot paused paused, then get tree dot paused will be false, equals to false. Pause UI dot visible will be false, dot visible will be false. Game music will be played. Game music game music dot play, else get tree paused will be true, true. Pause UI visible will be true, and game music will be stopped. Stop. When the game is already paused, this part resumes the game. Get tree dot paused equal to false. It will resume the game. Pause UI dot visible equals to false. Hides the pause menu. Game music dot play will be resume background music. So the game continues normally. When the game is running, in the else condition, get tree dot paused will be true. So pauses the entire game. Pause UI will be visible because game is paused. So pause UI will be visible and game music will be stopped. Background music will be stopped. Small improvement to toggle pause logic. We already stopped music on pause. Now we just need to guarantee music plays when the game is running. Here we need is it should not be stopped by playing once till the game is continuing. It should be running. Stop. It will be stop. We'll add this logic here rather than this. We'll keep if not game music dot playing, game music dot play dot play. Wherever we are using this game music, we'll use this in the start game. Yeah, in the start game we will be using this. We have used this because here also we need the music. Let's move to move apple function. Now we handle how the apple spawns inside the play area. First we calculate how many tiles fit inside the playable area. So where, let's remove this. Where max x tiles equals to int play play area and dot x minus play area start dot x. Play play area start dot x by tile size. Tile size. Let's take tile size. Let's take where this will be small x, where max y tiles equals to int play area end dot y minus play area start dot y. y y by tile size. Here we are using real play area size, not using border size directly, respecting UI offset automatically. Let's generate random grid position. Now we generate a random position aligned to the grid, where where x equals to randy range 0 to 0 to will take max x tiles minus 1 for x coordinate minus 1 into tile size tile size plus play area start dot x plus play area start dot x where y will be same, just will take y axis here, y y where, yeah, fine. We add play area start not border size. This keeps the apple inside the playable area. Let's create the new position, where where new position will be vector 2 vector 2 x and y. This will take this x and y as the xy coordinates. Y. Let's prevent apple from spawning on the snake. Now we make the apple never appears on the snake body. Let's write a loop while while new position in snake positions, then x equals to run the range, same, it will be same, copied, paste it here, y will be also same. New position will be vector to x and y. Let's place the apple position. Apple dot position equals to new position. Position. Let's move to game over function. We handle what happens when the game ends. First thing we do is stop the game music. Yeah, game music dot stop game music dot stop. Now we play the game over sound effect. We have already implemented that. Game over sound dot play. Remove this. We don't need this here as the score is already getting updated. Remove these things. Yeah, fine. We don't need to change anything else here. There are button based functions created during connect. When we connected the buttons, Godot automatically created pressed callback functions. Now let's write the logic inside them. In the start button, let's write the logic. Game started will be true here. Be true. Game tree paused will be false. Get tree get tree paused will be false. Tree dot paused will be false. Start screen dot visible will also be false. Start screen dot visible will also be false. False. Pause UI dot visible will also be false. Pause UI dot visible will also be false. False. Game music will be played. Game music will write this code here. Yeah, this one. Fine. Game started marks the game is started. Get tree dot pause will unpause the game. Start screen should not visible after the game has been started. Pause screen should also not be visible if game is going on. Music should be played. Let's go to our next function. Get tree paused will be false. Be false. False. Pause UI visible will also be false. And game music should go on. It is for it is the resume button. So game should be going on. Pause UI should not be visible and game music should run. Here it won't be 0 by 01, it would be 0.01. It was a mistake. Here we have an issue. The snake position is minus 555. This should be 0. Let's do it. First, see, the snake head position is outside the border. So we need to fix this. So it would be 0. Enter. See, it's inside the border. Earlier, I was starting the background music using this condition. If not game music dot playing, then play the music. That works in simple cases, but it has a small problem. This check runs every time the code reaches that point. So the music logic becomes independent on when and how often the code is executed. Instead of checking whether the music is playing again and again, I have now changed the approach to something cleaner. Now I'm not starting the music in ready function at all. I'm only connecting the finished signal of the music player. I have written this code for that. You can see. What this means is I let the music play naturally when the music actually finishes. Godot tells me that through the finished signal, inside that signal, I check two things: whether the game has started and whether the game is not paused. Only if both conditions are true, I start the music again. So instead of constantly checking is the music playing, I'm reacting to a real event. The music has finished. This function is that. This gives much better control. Music does not start before the start button. Music loops only during gameplay. Music does not restart while paused. And the logic stays clean and event based. So we were doing this game music dot play in these buttons, in start button and resume button. I I have changed this to only play because we are writing the code in that finished function. Yeah, you can see the same logic is being played here. You can see if you will click ESC, it will be paused. If you will click resume, it will start again. So this was got a date. Keep practicing, keep learning. If you like the video, please like, share, and subscribe. See you in the next video. Bye bye.